Good day, folks. It's Sunday, April the 3rd. This is News It or Lose It, and I'm your host, Eric, and I'm going to give you an update on the day's events today on Sunday because there's a lot breaking. First of all, the Ukraine war enters day 40. Can you believe it? Day 40. There was a mass slaughter in Bucha. I saw the video. If you want to see it, go to mainstream news. The Russians were apparently frustrated, retreating from the outskirts of Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. And on the way out, there was Ukrainian citizens, men and women, middle-aged, that were walking on the street on the same road that the Russians were retreating, and they gunned them down. And you could see the bodies laying in the street. So probably at least 20 people, from what I could tell, killed, maybe more. That's genocide right there. I mean, they're just out and out killing innocent Ukrainian people that weren't even armed, according to the video that I saw. Okay. Also, Russia bombed the southern port city of Odessa. It was an oil refinery there. Obviously, that's going after the fueling of the Ukrainian military. They'll get more supplies from all the other countries. This is such an expensive war. What war is it, right? The United States, us, and other countries are, feeding them ammunition, weapons, humanitarian aid. Most of it seemed like it's getting through. If you're wondering how we get all this information, it's from reporters on the ground. There's reporters on the ground that are actually interviewing the Ukrainian residents, civilians, military as well. And so what we hear from our government, our U.S. government, and what we hear from the Ukrainians and what we hear from the mainstream media can be separate things at times. So we know what's going on in Ukraine by speaking to the citizens, seeing the pictures, seeing the video, seeing the explosions, seeing the dead bodies. I have personally seen in videos, lots of Russian dead military and Ukrainian civilians. So this is happening. This is real. And if you guys have any questions or any comments for me is regarding the difference between what's being reported, what's on the ground, just let me know in the comment section. Let's see, what else now? We've got the big shakeup in the Russian government. CNN is reporting. I take them with a grain of salt, like I take another reporting mainstream news company. But supposedly, Dmitry Medvedev is out. He's the president of Russia. He resigned, and the entire government resigned. So Putin apparently is going to redo the government and possibly alter the constitution. Putin's term ends in 2024. So we don't know, nobody knows obviously whether he's going to stay or not. I would think he's going to stay in government because he has been branded a war criminal by the ICC, International Crime Council in The Hague, it's called, in Europe. So if he goes back to being a citizen, I mean, he can be arrested. Well, he can be arrested now. If he leaves the country, he can be arrested for and stand trial at The Hague, like the German military did, the Nazis, and after World War II. So, big shakeup in the Russian government. We'll see what's happening. I've seen videos inside Russia. McDonald's is pulled out. KFC is still there. And Burger King is still there. But anyway, it's still obviously winter there. I mean, there's snow on the ground. And you can go to YouTube and see videos will come up telling about Russians leaving, and the Russians will tell you they're leaving. They can't even get paid in their own country because a lot of Russians, especially the younger Russians, work for, they do gig type work, temporary or contract through companies like Fiverr or Upender, and they won't pay, those companies, PayPal will not pay to a Russian bank account. So if you work for Upender in Russia and you've done contract work and now it's time to get paid, Upender or Fiverr, they will send your money through PayPal. Well, PayPal is not delivering to Russian bank accounts, so people can even pay their car payments and for their apartments. So people are trying to leave Russia. They've been leaving through Finland since this crisis started, because the smart ones know, or the ones that have means, I should say as well, know that this is a disaster for Russia. On a lighter note, NCAA basketball championship last night. Duke lost to UNC now, so UNC will play the final against Kansas Monday night. I believe it's 6 or 8. Usually those games are 6 or 8. So it was a pretty close game between Duke and UNC. Kansas beat their team. Tiger Woods is headed to Augusta. The Masters PGA starts on Thursday. So the question is, will he play? He's been, obviously has back issues and other injuries he is recovering from. The question is now, does Tiger have one more in him? One more Masters victory in him. So we'll see. So it should be an exciting week and a very busy week news-wise. And we will update that as well. Thanks for listening.